What if the secret for you to create breakthroughs in your coaching isn't only the level of mindset that you bring, but is also the level of consciousness that you bring? What if there is actually a map of consciousness that you can tap in, you can learn and implement in your coaching? Today, I will walk you through this exact map of consciousness that is created by Dr. Hawkins in 1995, which is going to help you create transformations that'll be out of this world. If you're ready, let's begin.
Are you ready to shine? Come on, it's the shiny one.
You got this. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Shiny Minds Show with Dr. Shiny. I am Dr. Shiny, the proud founder of the Academy of Neuro-Shine Technology and the creator of the powerful transformational curriculum of coaching, truth, and enlightenment, Neuro-Shine Technology. Today, I am super excited to talk to you about something that I discovered as part of my metaphysical studies on consciousness, which is the map of consciousness by Dr. David Hawkins, and how it is going to absolutely transform the way you look at life, the way you look at yourself, the way you look at your relationships. If you're a coach, your coaching relationships, your coaching mindset, and everything else that makes you who you are. Yes, I know it is a big sentence to swallow, but I mean it. Because after years and years of teaching my Neuro-Shine technology, I realized that most of my students, my clients, were absolutely blown away by the levels of consciousness that I brought to my curriculum. And I wanted to understand that even deeper myself. So as I was studying my own metaphysics on the consciousness, I decided to go deeper into this concept and look at consciousness as a way of living with our emotions, because the map of consciousness is going to reveal to you what kind of emotional state you are in and how you can measure that frequency of that emotion that you radiate, and then how that affects your being, your state of awareness, and your state of consciousness. They're all related, and then there is actually a map with measurable numerical numbers right next to it. So let me just bring you the map before we go into any specific details. And then I am going to walk you through the 5D coaching mindset that you can implement in your everyday life to become a coach for yourself and for your clients. Because, hey, you are a change maker. If you are here in my world, in my Shiny Minds show, which means that you are here to create a change, which we're also going to talk about. So here is the map of consciousness developed by Dr. David Hawkins. As you can see in this map, he is using an energetic log between 1 to 1,000. And then he is using a technique called kinesiology, the wisdom of the human body. Okay. So if you want to learn more about it, we are going to give you a link which you can actually go learn more about it. But in this episode, what I want to share with you is the 4 levels of consciousness that I also talk about in my Neuro-Shine technology. The first level in my Neuro-Shine technology is the level of victim mindset. Okay. The victim mindset actually falls right under here, under courage. Okay. You see all the frequencies: pride, anger, desire, fear, grief, apathy, guilt, and shame. These are all part of victim mindset. When you are the victim of life, you know how you feel. You feel like life is happening to you. You are the effect of it because your consciousness is so low. It is so focused on what you have in front of you as a tangible 3D reality. It is all a survival paradigm, like it says over here. You are powered by, you're controlled by the survival paradigm. Only when you rise your frequency to the point of 200, which is double the frequency of your fear, as you see, So, what I call this reason and integrity in my Neuro-Shine technology, the responsibility mindset. When you take full responsibility for your thoughts, actions, inactions, language, everything that you created in your life, in your immediate environment, in your relationships, your patterns, your reactions, all of it. That's why we call it in the personal development world, we call it the inner work. This is where you face your shadows. The shadows are all these lower frequencies: shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear, desire, anger, pride. Like, what are you hiding? What is it that you are not accepting? Because acceptance, as you see, is a high level of frequency. It is actually in the green frequency. Only when you have the courage to look what is behind, what is below courage, all the darkness that you don't want to see, those are just different spectrums of your light, your enlightenment. Okay. So only when you are able to look beyond and only when you see what's behind your fears and your courage actually rises above all that, and then you tap into the mindset of responsibility. So in this field, the responsibility mindset, we work with you to use my formula for change, which is change equals awareness multiplied by willingness. So awareness itself represents the level of consciousness that you bring. It's not only focusing on what is happening, but is only focused on why it is happening. The why is the level of awareness that you bring into every conversation, especially to your 5D coaching mindset. So, what do I mean by your 5D coaching mindset? When you rise even above your responsibility mindset, your reason and integrity, you rise all the way up to love and joy. Over here, around 500 and 540, if you can just rise your frequency about this frequency level, then you are radiating a totally higher frequency of love and joy. And that is all about your flow mindset. You accept things, you are neutral about what is going on in life, in universe. You don't judge things. There is no right and wrong. You understand. You see the big picture. You have that understanding of reasoning behind all that. You know, everything happens for a reason type of a mindset. And then so you let go, you surrender. And that's why it is loving. And that's why it's wisdom. And that's why there is meaning and harmony. So all these high levels of consciousness are actually going to go to another level. That's why I said out of this world. When you go galactic in my language to out of this world levels of frequencies with reason, love, and acceptance and joy, then you are absolutely at a 5D coaching mindset. And your 5D coaching mindset is your 5D cosmic mindset, okay? Because why is it cosmic? Because you are now rising above the 3D planet Earth. You are seeing it at a higher level, in my language, galactic level. And then you are making sense of things with love as the glue of all the happenings in the world, of all the people, all the situations, all the different, everything begins to unite. And then you see the unconditional love. You bring the unconditional love. You don't expect anything from anyone. You don't even resonate with any blaming, any excuses, any shaming. You are totally at the forgiveness, harmonious level. And that is your cosmic consciousness operating through you. And then at the very, very top, with the peace and bliss and enlightenment, I call it the oneness mindset. It is still a part of the spiritual paradigm, as you know, and even David Hawkins is talking about spiritual paradigm, including both love and enlightenment. In my work, I actually separate love kind of find joy as well with peace and enlightenment. The reason why enlightenment is different in my world is because enlightenment is super high level frequency, and that is absolutely I am frequency. I am the conscious co-creator of my life. I am the pure consciousness experiencing itself with me, through me, together with me. I co created with it. And so there is this self sovereignty, and it is a very spiritual perspective. As you see, it's God's view. Like the way that he puts it in his language, it is the God's view. So the God's view is what you bring as your mindset with your level of consciousness. And that's why it is so hard to rise above everything and then to see everybody as yourself. If somebody is hurting you, can you see them as yourself? If somebody is being unethical towards you, damaging you, harming you, are you able to rise above everything and act as an enlightened being and then see everything as yourself? So that's why it is a totally new paradigm. And that's why I call it the oneness, because it is totally a spiritual paradigm. And again, to put everything in a more tangible formula for you, please remember my Neuro-Shine Technology formula for change: awareness multiplied by willingness. You see, willingness is right here. When you have that responsibility mindset, when you accept your reality as is, and then when you bring your willingness, not only awareness, but willingness to work through it, guess what? Then you are at another level and you are actually co-creating breakthroughs and also helping your clients, your friends, your colleagues, your team members, your parents, kids, whoever you are communicating with, you are helping them to also raise their level of consciousness as well. So I am now going to stop sharing this incredible work of David Hawkins. It is amazing, out of this world, as I was telling you. I have been working on consciousness for so many years. I always wanted to share this map with more people. And so here you go. You have the map right now. It is for you. It is up to you right now to ask yourself the deep coaching questions, to see where you are with your level of consciousness, to see where people are in their level of consciousness in your life. And are you ready to let go of some low frequencies in your life? What are they costing you? Why are you tolerating those lower frequencies? And then how can you raise your frequency, your level of consciousness every single day so that you are committed to your conscious evolution, so that you are also contributing to the conscious evolution of the humanity of the planet Earth that we are all co-creating together, especially in the year of 2025, as today we live in a totally different paradigm. We live in a totally different time with AI and technology and level of consciousness rising every single day with enlightened beings. I do want to invite all of you to take a pause, to really, truly contemplate on the map of consciousness that I shared with you. What does that mean to you? What is it showing you? Where in your life you can implement my formula for change so that you can increase your level of consciousness at least to a point of courage? Where can you rise above fear and step into courage? For me, when I was able to let go of my very comfortable life back in Istanbul, in my corporate world, my marriage, and everything that I built after working so hard in the year of 2010 was the year when I stepped into courage. And then I can actually literally walk you through all the next levels of consciousness after courage because it was literally so crystal clear for me that my whole life changed and aligned itself with my actions, with the people that came to my life, that I attracted to my life, to my orbit. And even the book that I wrote by naming it Galactic Leadership Book. Yeah, I totally tapped into another level of consciousness without even realizing that I was doing that. And that's also why I now know that I have always been into wanting to understand consciousness and why I studied 14 years to understand the science and magic of consciousness. So that's all for today. I hope you loved this episode. I believe this is absolutely mind blowing. So please put a like on this episode if you liked it. Share it with whoever needs to hear it because we are in this together. This is our world. This is our planet. This is our level of consciousness that we need to raise one awakened leader at a time. So I invite you to go visit my website, shinyunsal.com, and grab the PDF. If you resonate with the work that I do, the work that we do at the Academy of Neuro-Shine Technology, join us. Join us in our next cohort to go through the levels of consciousness, elevate the level of consciousness that we bring to the entire planet so that together we make this world a much higher conscious place. So thank you for watching and letting my light into your neurons. Until next time, keep shining your light.
Go galactic.
Go galactic. Go galactic.
Then you're in the right place. Let's go, let's go.